Today we are working on indirect measurement problems, which are very similar to the similar figure problems where we compare two triangles or compare two similar rectangles or something like that. So let's read this first problem. Sasha is 5 feet tall and her shadow is 8 feet long. At the same time of the day, a tree's shadow is 32 feet long. What is the height of the tree? So let's go ahead and take a look at this problem, and what you need to do, in my opinion, the best thing to do is to start by drawing a picture. So what we're going to do is say, let's draw Sasha, and I'm not the best artist around, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, here's Sasha. She's very smiley and happy. She is 5 feet tall. Her shadow's 8 feet long. Well, if you think about a shadow, think about walking around. Your shadow's on the ground. So there's her shadow right there. Her shadow is 8 feet long. Now, I'm going to draw a dotted line, which gives us a triangle. And then it says at the same time of day, a tree's shadow is 32 feet long. So I'm going to draw my tree, okay, my big old tree. Has a shadow that's 32 feet long. Again, the shadow is going to be on the bottom, and there is the angle at which it hits. Now, notice it says the same time of day, which means the angle from the top of the tree to the shadow is going to be similar to the angle that's created over here on the left. So the question says, what is the height of the tree? So I'm going to put my X there. Now, if you can ignore the pictures for a second, basically what you have is a triangle that has 5 and 8, and you've got a triangle that has X and 32. So think about that as we set up this proportion. So what we'll do, there's a number of ways you can do it. If we were to compare the height to the shadow, we could say 5 over 8 equals X over 32. Again, we're going to say the height compared to the shadow, height compared to the shadow. Cross multiply, that gives us 8X equals, and we'll go ahead and pop in 32 times 5 on the calculator. 32 times 5 gives us 160. Divided by 8, and X is going to equal 20 feet. The other way you could do it is you could say height to height, so 5 compared to X, 5 over X equals shadow compared to shadow, 8 over 32. Cross multiply, 8X equals 160, and you'll have the exact same answer because you have 8X equals 160 on the right and 8X equals 160 on the left. So both ways you have the height of the tree is 20 feet long. So again, the best thing to do is draw a picture, okay, and then you're going to go ahead and set up your proportion. Pretty basic. Scrolling down to the second problem. A 12-foot tall sign casts an 18-foot shadow when the shadow of a boy standing next to it is 6 feet long. How tall is the boy? So let's draw a picture and then set up a proportion and solve, and you'll be all set for indirect measurement. A 12-foot tall sign casts an 18-foot shadow. So here goes my drawing again. Okay, we'll call this a stop sign, even though that's not the right shape. We'll change it a little bit. All right, whatever. Let's go here. Whatever. Here we go. We're going to try that. Stop sign. There it is. 12-foot tall sign. Cast an 18-foot shadow. Where does the shadow go? Goes on the ground. 18 feet. Then we'll draw a little triangle here from the top of the sign. Okay. When the shadow of a boy standing next to it, again, we're saying standing next to it because as the sun hits the sign and the sun hits the shadow, it'll make the same kind of angle here and make the figures similar. All right, here's the boy. He's really happy. It's his birthday. Okay, there it is. He's got his party hat on. Boy's standing there, and he's got a shadow that's 6 feet long. Okay, boom. Here goes a little triangle here. It says, how tall is the boy? Well, I don't know. There's my X. So again, this is no different than the problems we've given you before for similar figures, except you have to kind of draw the picture here. So we'll compare, we'll change it up. Let's go shadow to height. So we'll say 18 over 12 equals 6 to X. So we're going shadow height, cross multiply, 18X equals, okay, we got 6 times 12, which is 72. Okay, divide 72 divided by 18, and that is going to give us 4, all right, or 4 feet, all right. So the height of the boy is 4 feet. Again, if you want to try something else, we could say height of the boy to height of the sign, so x over 12 equals shadow of the boy to shadow of the sign, 6 over 18, boom, boom. 18x equals 72, divide by 18, and x equals 4 feet. Let's make sure that we go ahead and put our unit on there to make sure we're all set. And again, when you show your work, make sure you show us the equation right here, 18x equals 72, when you do your cross products. There's indirect measurement for you. Make sure that you draw a picture. I think it's helpful to draw a picture. You're basically going to wind up with two triangles. And again, these two proportions are just two of the many different proportions you could write. You could say 12 over 18 equals x over 6. 12 over x equals 18 over 6. Bunch of different ways to do it. Have a great day.